Introduction. For a moment, your mind is a window to the vast universe. Every thought, emotion, and intention you have not only shapes your own life but resonates through the cosmos, touching and influencing everything around you. This idea may sound like science fiction, but what if there's more truth to it than we ever dared to imagine? In this book, we embark on a fascinating and provocative journey to explore the intersection between the human mind and the universe. Have you ever wondered if there is a greater purpose to our existence? If our thoughts have the power to shape reality? If there is an invisible connection between what we feel and what the cosmos returns to us? These are the questions that will guide us as we unravel the mysteries of our consciousness and its relationship with the universe. Our goal here is to open your mind to new possibilities, challenge your beliefs, and inspire deep reflection about who we are and our place in the cosmos. We will dive into the depths of philosophy and science, examining ancient and modern theories that suggest the human mind is far more powerful and interconnected with the universe than we ever thought. We will begin our journey by exploring the nature of consciousness. What does it really mean to be conscious? Is it merely a series of chemical processes in the brain, or is there something more, something that eludes our scientific understanding? By examining different philosophical and scientific perspectives, we will start to build a more complete and intriguing picture of our own mind. As we progress, we will broaden our perspective to include the universe itself. For centuries, mystics and philosophers have claimed that there is an intrinsic connection between our minds and the cosmos. With the advent of quantum physics, this idea has begun to gain a new kind of scientific credibility. Can our thoughts really influence the reality around us? How do the laws of the universe interact with our consciousness? These are the questions we will explore, trying to understand how we are all interconnected in a cosmic web of energy and intention. We will also investigate the fascinating idea that we can communicate with the universe. Attraction, manifestation, and synchronicity are concepts suggesting that our intentions can shape the course of our lives. But how does this work in practice? And what evidence supports these theories? By analyzing personal stories and scientific studies, we will seek to unravel the mechanisms of this invisible communication. The great existential questions have always accompanied us: who are we? Where did we come from? Where are we going? Every culture and era has its own answers, and we will examine some of the most intriguing. In doing so, we will reflect on the purpose of our existence and how this quest for meaning influences our lives. For those who wish to deepen this connection with the universe, we will discuss practices that can help strengthen this link. Meditation, visualization, and the importance of emotions are powerful tools that can help us tune our minds to cosmic energies. We will explore how these practices can transform our lives in profound and unexpected ways. Of course, no journey is without challenges. The ideas we explore here often face skepticism and resistance. We will discuss these obstacles and how to overcome them, helping you navigate through doubts and continue your quest for understanding and connection. This book is not a manual with ready-made answers. Instead, it is an invitation to explore, question, and reflect. As we unravel these mysteries together, I hope you feel inspired to look at the night sky with new eyes, to perceive the depth of your own mind, and to marvel at the possibility that, on some deep and mysterious level, we are all connected. Welcome to this journey. May it awaken your curiosity and ignite a flame of contemplation that illuminates your view of the universe and your own being. Chapter 1: Human Consciousness. Human consciousness is undoubtedly one of the deepest and most intriguing mysteries humanity has ever tried to unravel. From the dawn of philosophy to the modern advances in neuroscience, the quest to understand what it truly means to be conscious has been a central and unavoidable theme. But what exactly is consciousness? And how does it relate to the mind-body duality, a dichotomy that continues to fascinate and divide thinkers throughout the ages? Let's start with the basics. Consciousness can be defined as the subjective experience of being aware of oneself and the world around us. However, this simple definition hides immense complexity. Consciousness is not just being awake, it is the ability to reflect on our own perceptions, emotions, and thoughts. It is this introspective capacity that allows us to ask, "Who am I?" and seek a deeper understanding of our own existence. Philosophers and scientists have offered various perspectives on the nature of consciousness. In the 17th century, René Descartes proposed the famous cogito, ergo sum, I think, therefore I am, suggesting that the ability to think is the fundamental proof of our existence. For Descartes, the mind was an entity separate from the body, a view that became known as Cartesian dualism. This dualistic perspective established a clear distinction between the realm of the mind and the physical world, raising questions about how two such different substances could interact. In contrast to Descartes' dualism, we have monism, a view that argues that mind and body are not separate entities but different aspects of a single reality. Baruch Spinoza, a contemporary of Descartes, suggested that mind and body were two manifestations of the same substance. This viewpoint, which we might call substantial monism, proposes that consciousness cannot be separated from the physical processes occurring in the brain. Moving into the 20th century, the philosophy of mind continued to explore these questions with new tools and insights. Materialism, for example, maintains that all mental states are brain states or, in some way, dependent on physical processes in the brain. From this perspective, consciousness is seen as an emergent product of neuronal activity, a complex network of electrochemical interactions that gives rise to subjective experience. But can science really explain consciousness solely in terms of physical processes? Some thinkers argue that there is a hard problem of consciousness, a term coined by philosopher David Chalmers. This hard problem refers to the question of how and why physical processes in the brain give rise to subjective experience. How can a series of neuronal firings generate the sensation of redness, the taste of a strawberry, or the emotion of love? These qualitative experiences, known as qualia, seem to resist a purely materialistic explanation. This resistance leads some to consider alternative theories, such as panpsychism, which suggests that consciousness is a fundamental feature of the universe, present at some level in all things. According to this view, consciousness is not exclusive to humans or even living beings, but is an intrinsic property of matter itself. Beyond philosophical perspectives, science has significantly contributed to our understanding of consciousness. Neuroscience, in particular, has revealed how different areas of the brain are correlated with specific aspects of conscious experience. Neuroimaging studies show that certain regions, such as the prefrontal cortex and the parietal cortex, play crucial roles in attention, decision-making, and self-reflection. Lesions in these areas can result in profound changes in personality and self-perception, highlighting the intrinsic relationship between brain and mind. Despite these advances, science still faces significant challenges in trying to fully explain consciousness. The phenomenon of the philosophical zombie illustrates this difficulty. We can imagine a being that behaves identically to a human, responding appropriately to stimuli, but without any conscious experience. This thought experiment questions whether consciousness is truly necessary for complex behaviors or if it is an epiphenomenon, something that arises without influencing physical processes. Returning to the mind-body duality, we see that this dichotomy continues to be a point of intense debate. Interactionist dualism, which suggests that mind and body are separate entities that interact, faces challenges in explaining how this interaction occurs. On the other hand, emergentism proposes that consciousness emerges from complex systems, such as the human brain, but faces its own difficulties in clearly defining what emergence means. Amid these various theories and debates, one thing is clear: consciousness is a profoundly complex and multifaceted phenomenon. It is not merely isolated biological or philosophical processes but a rich intersection between the physical and the subjective, the tangible and the intangible. As we advance in our journey to understand consciousness, we must remain open to new ideas and approaches, recognizing that our quest for answers may reveal as much about ourselves as it does about the universe we inhabit. Chapter 2: The Mind and the Universe. Since time immemorial, humanity has sought to understand its relationship with the cosmos. We gaze at the night sky, filled with stars, and wonder what our place is in this vast universe. Is there a connection between our minds and the cosmos, an interdependence that goes beyond mere chance? This chapter proposes a reflection on this intrinsic relationship and explores theories suggesting a universal interconnection. The human mind, with its capacity for introspection and reflection, is not merely a passive observer of the universe. Some believe that our thoughts and emotions can somehow influence the cosmos. This idea, though intriguing, is not new. In fact, it dates back to ancient philosophical and spiritual traditions that saw humans as an integral and active part of the universe. Plato, for instance, viewed the world of ideas as a parallel reality, influenced by and influencing the material world. In the 20th century, quantum physics brought a new perspective to this ancient question. Principles such as quantum entanglement suggest that particles can be connected in ways that challenge our conventional understanding of space and time. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance, an expression that, despite its skeptical connotation, illustrates the strangeness and depth of these discoveries. Could our thoughts and intentions have a similar effect, intertwining with the fabric of the universe? The concept of synchronicity, introduced by Carl Jung, also offers a window into understanding this possible interconnection. Jung described synchronicity as the meaningful coincidence of events that are not causally related but hold deep subjective significance for the observer. A classic example would be thinking of a distant friend and then receiving a call from that person. Although the event can be explained as a coincidence, Jung suggested that there is an underlying pattern, an acausal principle that connects internal and external events meaningfully. In addition to scientific and psychological theories, many spiritual traditions advocate the idea of a universal interconnection. In Hinduism, the concept of Brahman describes a unifying reality that permeates everything. Similarly, in Buddhism, the interdependence of all things is a central principle, suggesting that nothing exists in isolation but is in a constant state of interconnection. These traditions not only affirm the existence of a link between the mind and the universe but also propose practices, such as meditation, to strengthen and explore this connection. However, how can we truly understand our place in the cosmos? The quest for this answer leads us to reflect on the nature of reality and our perception of it. The holographic universe theory, proposed by physicist David Bohm, suggests that the universe can be seen as a three-dimensional projection of a two-dimensional reality, where each part contains information of the whole. In other words, our mind is not just an observer but an active participant in an interconnected universe. Reflecting on the human position in the cosmos also confronts us with existential questions. We are stardust, formed from the same elements that compose galaxies. Carl Sagan, in his famous series, Cosmos, popularized this idea, reminding us that we are intrinsically linked to the universe at a fundamental level. However, this same connection makes us question our purpose and meaning. If we are part of a greater whole, what is our role in this grand scheme? As we navigate these reflections, we are invited to consider that perhaps the answer does not reside in complete rational understanding but in an intuitive acceptance of our interdependence. Contemplating the vastness of the universe and introspecting on our own minds leads us to a state of humility and wonder. Recognizing our smallness in the face of the cosmos can paradoxically connect us more deeply with it. Thus, as we explore the relationship between the human mind and the universe, we realize that our quest is both scientific and spiritual. Science provides us with tools to understand the underlying mechanisms, while spirituality offers a broader and more integrative perspective. Both are essential for a complete vision of our connection with the cosmos. This chapter does not seek to provide definitive answers but to provoke continuous reflection. The interconnection between the mind and the universe is a mystery that may never be completely unraveled, but it is precisely this quest that enriches our existence. By contemplating our relationship with the cosmos, we are invited to look within and without, to question and embrace the mystery, recognizing that, ultimately, we are all part of an infinite cosmic dance. Chapter 3: Theories of Mind-Universe Communication. Imagine being able to shape your reality with the power of your thoughts, influence destiny through your intentions, or perceive a hidden order in the apparent chaos of everyday life. The idea that our mind can communicate with the universe is fascinating and enigmatic, a frontier where science, philosophy, and spirituality meet. In this chapter, we will explore how the principles of attraction and manifestation, synchronicity, and various philosophies, both Eastern and Western, address this concept. The principles of attraction and manifestation suggest that our thoughts and emotions have the power to attract corresponding circumstances and events. Popularized by the book and film, The Secret, the law of attraction proposes that, like attracts like, our positive or negative thoughts generate corresponding results in our lives. Although this idea has been widely commercialized, its philosophical roots are deep. Thinkers like Ralph Waldo Emerson and William James, in the 19th century, already argued that the human mind has immense power over reality. However, the law of attraction is not merely a matter of superficial positive thinking. It involves a deep alignment between what we desire, our underlying beliefs, and the actions we take. Studies in positive psychology and neuroscience begin to show how mindset can influence our well-being and success. The placebo effect, for example, demonstrates how beliefs can have a tangible impact on physical health, suggesting that the mind has unexplored power. Synchronicity, introduced by Carl Jung, is another concept that enriches our understanding of mind-universe communication. Jung defines synchronicity as the meaningful coincidence of events that, although not causally related, have profound subjective significance. These coincidences make us feel that there is a hidden order, an intelligent design that connects the inner and outer worlds. The experience of synchronicity is often described as magical, as if the universe were sending us coded messages. Quantum physics also offers an intriguing perspective on these ideas. The principle of non-locality, where entangled particles can affect each other instantaneously regardless of distance, challenges our conventional understanding of causality in separation. Although these discoveries are often misinterpreted and exaggerated in the context of the law of attraction, they suggest that reality is far more interconnected than we imagine. Various Eastern philosophies provide fertile ground for exploring these connections. In Hinduism, the concept of Brahman represents the ultimate reality, where everything is interconnected. The practice of yoga, which means union, seeks to align body, mind, and spirit with this universal reality. Similarly, in Buddhism, the principle of interdependence teaches that nothing exists in isolation, everything is in constant interaction and relation. Meditation is a central practice that allows direct perception of this interconnection, an experience of unity that transcends the mind-body duality. On the other hand, Western philosophies, such as Immanuel Kant's transcendental idealism, also suggest that the external reality is somehow shaped by the mind. Kant argued that time and space are forms of perception, structures that the mind uses to organize experience. This implies that our perception of reality is inherently subjective and that the mind plays an active role in creating this experience. Mind-universe communication, therefore, can be seen as a complex dance between the internal and external, the conscious and unconscious. Jung believed that the collective unconscious, a deep layer of the psyche shared by all humanity, could be a bridge for this communication. Dreams, myths, and symbols are manifestations of this layer, expressing universal truths and hidden connections. Modern science, although still skeptical of many of these ideas, is beginning to recognize the central role of the mind in human experience. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life, suggests that our thoughts can literally reshape our reality. The practice of mindfulness meditation, widely studied, shows how focused attention can transform perception and improve mental health, revealing the depth of the mind-body connection. At this point, you might wonder, how to apply these theories in everyday life. Practicing a positive mindset, aligned with clear intentions and consistent actions, can be a first step. Recognizing and reflecting on moments of synchronicity can strengthen your perception of this interconnection. Meditation and other spiritual practices can deepen your understanding and experience of mind-universe communication. Ultimately, the idea that our mind communicates with the universe is both an invitation to exploration and a call to action. It reminds us that we are active participants in an interconnected reality, where our thoughts, emotions, and intentions have a profound impact. Whether through science, philosophy, or spiritual practice, the journey to understand this communication is an adventure that enriches and expands our vision of the cosmos and ourselves. Thus, exploring the theories of mind-universe communication, you are embarking on a journey to unravel the mysteries of being and the cosmos. It is a journey that challenges, inspires, and transforms, revealing a deep and intrinsic connection between your mind and the universe around you. Chapter 4, Reflections on Existence. Imagine a moment of absolute silence, where all the distractions of the world cease, and you find yourself alone with your deepest thoughts. In that moment, existential questions inevitably arise. Who are we? Where did we come from? Where are we going? These are questions that transcend cultures, eras, and beliefs, touching the core of what it means to be human. They are not just philosophical abstractions but inquiries that shape our perception of ourselves and the universe around us. In the search for answers, we encounter a diversity of life philosophies, each offering a unique perspective on our existence. In the West, existentialism, championed by philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus, confronts us with the idea that life lacks intrinsic meaning. Sartre argued that we are condemned to be free, compelled to create our own purpose in an indifferent universe. Camus, on the other hand, speaks of the absurdity of existence, suggesting that although life may be devoid of inherent meaning, it is precisely in this lack of meaning that we find the freedom to forge our own destiny. In contrast to existentialism, Stoicism offers a more serene view of life. Founded by Zeno of Citium, Stoicism teaches that the key to happiness lies in living in accordance with nature and accepting what we cannot control. Stoics like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius emphasize the importance of virtue and wisdom, proposing that by cultivating a calm and disciplined mind, we can find peace and purpose regardless of external circumstances. In the East, Buddhism presents a distinct yet equally profound approach. Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, taught that life is permeated with suffering but that we can transcend this suffering through the Noble Eightfold Path. The search for enlightenment involves the practice of meditation, wisdom, and ethics, leading to the realization that the individual self is an illusion and that true freedom lies in understanding the interdependence of all things. Hinduism, with its vast and varied traditions, offers another lens through which we can explore our existence. The concept of Atman, the true self or soul, suggests that every human being is a manifestation of Brahman, the supreme and universal reality. The spiritual journey in Hinduism involves discovering this essential unity and realizing that the goal of life is moksha, the liberation from the cycle of birth and rebirth. These philosophies are not just abstract theories but lived practices that influence how we behave and relate to the world. They provide us with maps to navigate the turbulent waters of life, helping us find meaning and purpose amidst the chaos. But what is the role of human beings in the grand scheme of the universe? This question leads us to reflect on our insignificance and, at the same time, our magnificence. Carl Sagan, with his poetic scientific vision, reminded us that we are made of star stuff. The elements that make up our bodies were forged in the hearts of stars billions of years ago. This connects us intimately and deeply to the cosmos, suggesting that although we are small in scale, we are vast in essence. Modern science offers an impressive view of our origin. The Big Bang Theory describes the birth of the universe from a singularity, a cosmic explosion that gave rise to all galaxies, stars, and planets. Biological evolution, proposed by Charles Darwin, reveals how life on Earth developed from simple forms to the complexity we see today, including our own species, Homo sapiens. This scientific narrative places us as one of the many fruits of a vast and intricate evolutionary process. However, science does not answer all our existential questions. It tells us how we got here, but not necessarily why. This is where philosophy and spirituality come in, filling the void left by science. They offer us different views on the purpose of life and our role in the universe. German philosopher Martin Heidegger proposed that the essence of human existence lies in care, Sorge, the awareness of our own finitude and the quest for authenticity. For Heidegger, living authentically means confronting the reality of death and finding a meaning that goes beyond everyday distractions. From a more integrative perspective, contemporary philosopher Ken Wilber suggests that we are on a journey of evolving consciousness. He argues that humanity is undergoing a transformation, moving from egocentric and ethnocentric stages to a higher level of global and spiritual consciousness. According to Wilber, our role in the universe is to actively participate in this evolution, contributing to the awakening of a broader and more inclusive consciousness. Reflecting on our existence is a task that requires courage and openness. It is an invitation to question our assumptions, explore new perspectives, and embrace the complexity of life. In doing so, we discover that the search for answers is, in itself, an essential part of the journey. It is not just about finding absolute truths but about living in a way that each moment is full of meaning and connection. In the grand scheme of the universe, we are both small and great, both transient and eternal. Our mind, with its capacity for introspection and reflection, is a powerful tool that allows us to navigate this duality. By contemplating who we are, where we come from, and where we are going, we connect with something greater than ourselves, a cosmic web of existence that links us to everything and everyone. This reflection does not end here. It continues in every thought, in every action, and in every interaction. It is a constant reminder that we are all together on this journey, seeking to understand the mystery of life and find our place in the universe. And so, by embracing this quest, we come a little closer to the truth, a little closer to ourselves, and a little closer to the great mystery that is existence. Chapter 5: The Quest for Meaning. At some point in our lives, we all encounter a fundamental question: why are we here? This relentless search for purpose and meaning is an inherent characteristic of being human, a spark that drives us to explore, question, and understand our place in the vast cosmos. But why do we feel this urgent need to find a purpose? What leads us to seek meaning in our actions, in our lives? The quest for meaning can be seen as a response to our own consciousness. Unlike other animals, humans possess the ability to reflect on their existence, question their destiny, and imagine possible futures. This self-awareness brings with it an inevitable restlessness. If we can reflect on our life, then what is its purpose? Existentialist philosophy argues that in an apparently indifferent universe, it is up to us to create our own meaning. Jean-Paul Sartre asserted that existence precedes essence, suggesting that we are born without a predetermined purpose and that we are responsible for giving meaning to our lives through our choices and actions. Throughout history, different cultures and philosophies have offered various answers to the question of the meaning of life. In ancient Greece, Aristotle believed that the purpose of life was to achieve eudaimonia, often translated as happiness or human flourishing. For him, eudaimonia was attained by living in accordance with virtue and fully realizing our human potential. Plato, on the other hand, saw life as a quest for knowledge and truth, believing that our purpose was to elevate our soul to the realm of perfect ideas. In the context of Eastern thought, Buddhism teaches that life is permeated by suffering but that we can find meaning by following the Eightfold Path, which leads to enlightenment. The meaning of life, according to Buddhism, is to transcend the cycle of rebirth and achieve nirvana, a state of freedom from suffering and ignorance. In Hinduism, the search for dharma, or the fulfillment of ethical and moral duty, is central to finding meaning, along with the quest for moksha, the liberation from the cycle of birth and rebirth. In addition to philosophical and religious approaches, modern psychology also offers valuable insights into our quest for meaning. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, developed logotherapy, a form of therapy that focuses on the search for meaning as the primary motivation of the human being. Frankl argued that even in the most desperate circumstances, the search for meaning can give people the strength to continue. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, he describes how identifying a personal purpose allowed many concentration camp prisoners to find a reason to live, even amid indescribable suffering. The quest for meaning is not just a theoretical issue, it has profound and practical implications in our lives. When we find a purpose, our actions become more focused and intentional. Feeling that our life has meaning can increase our psychological well-being, our resilience, and our overall satisfaction with life. Research in positive psychology shows that people who perceive their lives as meaningful tend to be happier, healthier, and more resistant to stress. On the other hand, the absence of meaning can lead to an existential void, a feeling of disorientation and lack of purpose that can manifest as depression, anxiety, and a general sense of discontent. Existentialist philosopher Albert Camus described this condition as the absurd, the perception that in a universe without inherent purpose, our quest for meaning can seem futile. However, Camus also suggested that we can find meaning in the very search, in the rebellion against the absurd, by living authentically and fully. In daily life, our quest for meaning is reflected in the small and large choices we make. We choose careers that we believe will allow us to contribute to something greater than ourselves, we seek relationships that provide us with connection and love, and we engage in activities that we feel enrich our lives and those of others. Finding purpose does not necessarily mean grand achievements, it can be found in daily acts of kindness, dedication to a cause, or love and care for others. The quest for meaning is a continuous and dynamic journey. What gives us purpose at one stage of life may change as we grow and evolve. At one point, we may find meaning in advancing our career, at another, in caring for our family or cultivating a personal passion. This flexibility is an essential part of the human condition, allowing us to adapt and find new sources of meaning throughout our lives. As we reflect on the quest for meaning, we are invited to look both inward and outward. We must examine our own motivations, values, and beliefs and also consider the impact we have on the world around us. This reflection helps us align our actions with our purpose, creating a life that feels authentic and meaningful. The journey to find meaning is one of life's greatest adventures. It is an exploration that leads us to question, challenge, and discover new truths about ourselves and the universe. By embarking on this quest, we become more aware, more connected, and more alive. And in the end, it is this quest that defines us as human beings, eternal explorers in search of purpose and understanding. Chapter 6: The Mind as a Tool for Connection. Imagine for a moment that your mind is a bridge between the inner world and the universe around you. A powerful tool that, when used consciously, can open doors to new dimensions of understanding and connection. Through techniques of meditation, visualization, and the power of intention and emotions, we can explore this bridge and strengthen our bond with the cosmos, finding profound and transformative harmony. Meditation, an ancient practice, has been used by various cultures to calm the mind, cultivate awareness, and promote a state of full presence. Sitting in silence, focusing on the breath or a mantra, allows the mind to slow down and concentrate on the present moment. This simple act of paying attention to the now may seem trivial, but its effects are profound and well documented. Scientific studies show that regular meditation can reduce stress, improve concentration, increase emotional resilience, and promote an overall sense of well-being. But meditation goes beyond individual well-being. It is a tool that connects us with something greater. When we sit in meditation, we become more aware of the interconnectedness of all things. The mind, in a meditative state, can transcend the duality between self and other, between inner and outer. In this state, we feel the unity that permeates the universe, an experience that many describe as spiritual or transcendent. Visualization is another powerful technique that can strengthen our connection with the universe. It involves creating clear and vivid mental images that represent our goals, desires, and intentions. When we visualize something with intensity and clarity, we are, in a way, programming our mind to perceive and act according to this image. The science of neuroplasticity suggests that regular visualization practice can actually change the structure of the brain, strengthening neural connections associated with desired behaviors and emotional states. A notable example of the power of visualization comes from the field of sports. Many elite athletes use visualization techniques to enhance their performance. They mentally rehearse each movement, each detail of the competition, training not only the body but also the mind. This practice not only improves physical performance but also strengthens confidence and determination. When applied consciously, visualization can help us align our actions with our goals, creating a clearer and more direct path to achieving our aspirations. The power of intention and emotions also plays a crucial role in our connection with the universe. Clear intentions and positive emotions create an energetic field that resonates with the cosmos. When we cultivate intentions of love, gratitude, and compassion, we emit a frequency that attracts similar experiences and circumstances. Quantum physics teaches us that everything in the universe is energy, and that our intentions and emotions can influence this energy in subtle but significant ways. The work of Masaru Emoto, although controversial, offers an interesting perspective on the impact of emotions on matter. Emoto conducted experiments showing that water exposed to positive words, music, or thoughts formed beautiful and symmetrical ice crystals, while water exposed to negative stimuli formed disfigured crystals. Although his methodologies are questioned by part of the scientific community, his fundamental idea resonates with many: our intentions and emotions can have a real impact on the physical world. To strengthen our connection with the universe, it is essential to cultivate practices that align our mind, intentions, and emotions. Meditation, visualization, and the practice of maintaining positive intentions are powerful tools that can transform our life experience. When we engage in these practices consistently, we begin to notice subtle but profound changes in how we feel and how we interact with the world. In addition to individual techniques, the practice of mindfulness in daily life can help us keep this connection alive. Being mindful means being fully present in each moment, observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment. This allows us to act more consciously and intentionally, rather than reacting automatically to situations. Mindfulness helps us recognize the interconnectedness of all things and live more harmoniously and aligned with the universe. The combination of these practices creates a synergy that amplifies our ability to connect with the cosmos. Meditation provides us with the foundation of tranquility and clarity, visualization directs our energy toward specific goals, and the power of intention and emotions shapes the reality around us. Together, they form a set of tools that allow us to explore the limitless potential of the human mind. Reflecting on the mind as a tool for connection leads us to a deeper understanding of our own nature. We recognize that we are more than isolated beings, we are part of a vast and interconnected universe. Every thought, every emotion, every intention is a thread in the cosmic web that binds us to everything that exists. By cultivating awareness and intention, we become co-creators of our reality, active participants in the dance of the universe. Thus, the practice of these techniques is not just a quest for personal well-being but a journey to discover and explore our deep connection with the cosmos. It is an adventure that takes us beyond the limits of the self, to an experience of unity and harmony with the universe. And in this journey, we discover that the mind is a powerful tool, capable of opening doors to new dimensions of understanding and connection. Ultimately, the true essence of these practices lies in the transformation they bring to our lives. By strengthening our connection with the universe, we become more aware, compassionate, and aligned with the natural flow of existence. And by embracing this transformation, we find a deeper sense of purpose and meaning, living in harmony with the vast tapestry of the cosmos. Chapter 7: Challenges and Doubts. As we explore the vast possibilities of the connection between the mind and the universe, it is natural to encounter challenges and doubts along the way. The theories we have discussed so far, from meditation and visualization to the power of intentions and emotions, often face resistance both externally and internally. For many, accepting that the mind can influence reality or that there is a deep interconnection between everything may seem like a bold, if not fantastical, idea. Let's examine some of the common difficulties in accepting these theories, explore skeptical approaches, and consider ways to overcome the internal barriers we all face. One of the main challenges in accepting these ideas is the intangible and subjective nature of mental and spiritual experiences. Modern science values objectivity and replicability, seeking concrete and tangible proofs. However, experiences of deep meditation, synchronicity, and manifestation are by nature personal and subjective. They do not easily lend themselves to traditional scientific methods of measurement and validation. This leads many to dismiss these experiences as mere coincidences or products of the imagination. The skeptical approach, while often useful in avoiding charlatanism and pseudoscience, can also close the mind to legitimate possibilities that are still beyond current scientific understanding. Healthy skepticism encourages us to question and seek evidence, but when taken to extremes, it can become a barrier to exploring new ideas. The challenge, then, is to maintain a balance between skepticism and open-mindedness. We need to question and test our experiences but also be willing to accept that not everything can be explained by current scientific methods. Another common difficulty is the conflict with pre-existing beliefs. From an early age, we are conditioned to accept certain worldviews that may not include the possibility that the mind significantly influences reality. Breaking away from these deeply ingrained beliefs requires courage and a willingness to explore the unknown. Often, the resistance comes not just from outside but from within ourselves, in the form of doubt and fear. Overcoming this internal resistance requires continuous practice of self-reflection and openness. Overcoming internal barriers is a process that involves self-knowledge and patience. Our mind is often filled with noise, repetitive thoughts, worries, doubts. Learning to silence this noise and listen to our intuition and inner wisdom is crucial to accepting and exploring these theories. Regular meditation practice can be a valuable tool in this process. Meditating helps us connect with a state of calm and clarity, allowing us to explore our beliefs and emotions with a more open mind. In addition to meditation, developing self-compassion is essential. Being kind to ourselves as we face doubts and internal resistance is crucial for growth. Accepting that doubt is part of the journey can relieve internal pressure and judgment. Recognizing that it is normal and human to question, fear, and feel insecure can open space for deeper and more authentic exploration. When dealing with skeptical approaches, it is helpful to present evidence as much as possible, even if this evidence is more qualitative than quantitative. Personal stories of transformation and direct experience can be powerful, as they show the real impact of these practices on people's lives. Additionally, it is important to engage in open and respectful dialogues with skeptics, recognizing the validity of their concerns while sharing our own experiences. Science is also beginning to explore areas that were previously considered the exclusive domain of spirituality. Neuroscience of meditation, for example, has revealed measurable changes in the brain associated with meditative practice. Studies on positive psychology and emotional resilience show how visualization and positive intention can impact well-being. These scientific advances offer a bridge between ancient wisdom and modern investigation, validating practices that were previously seen only as esoteric. As we face these challenges and doubts, we may discover that the journey is as valuable as the answers we seek. Exploring the connection between the mind and the universe is a journey of self-discovery that invites us to expand our understanding and embrace the mystery. It is an opportunity to cultivate humility, recognizing that, no matter how much we know, there will always be more to learn. True transformation happens when we are willing to explore beyond the limits of conventional knowledge, maintaining curiosity and skepticism in balance. Embracing the possibility that the mind can connect with the universe in deep and meaningful ways is not just passive acceptance but an active practice of exploration and discovery. It is a journey that requires courage, openness, and, above all, a mind willing to question and evolve. Ultimately, the difficulties and doubts we encounter are integral parts of the growth process. They challenge us to look more deeply, to question more rigorously, and to expand our perception of what is possible. By navigating these waters, we find a new depth of understanding and a deeper connection with ourselves and the universe. And so, the journey continues, guided by curiosity and the relentless quest for meaning and connection. Conclusion. As we reach the end of this journey, we are about to unveil what may be the most profound and captivating mystery of all, the link between the human mind and the universe. Each step of this exploration has invited us to question and expand our conceptions of reality, consciousness, and existence. Along this path, we have been called to look beyond superficial answers and embrace the intrinsic complexity of life. Reflections on our existence, who we are, where we come from, and where we are going, are incessant invitations to introspection. They challenge us to look beyond superficiality and confront the depth of our being. Existential philosophy, with its insistence that we must create our own meaning, places us face to face with the vastness of the universe and the liberating yet terrifying freedom to sculpt our own destiny. And as we turn to Eastern traditions like Buddhism and Hinduism, we find a vision of interconnection and transcendence that offers us a sense of belonging to a larger and more unified reality. Techniques of meditation and visualization reveal themselves as portals to a deeper dimension of our consciousness. Meditation practice is not merely an exercise in calm and serenity but a journey within ourselves, where we can discover the vastness that resides within. Visualization, in turn, is an act of conscious creation, where each clear and vivid mental image we construct has the potential to shape our reality. Science begins to validate these ancient practices, demonstrating that they can literally reconfigure our brains and transform our life experience. However, this journey is not without challenges. Accepting that our mind can influence reality or that there is a deep interconnection between all things often meets resistance, both external and internal. The intangible nature of these experiences makes it difficult for many to accept them without concrete and tangible proofs. Skepticism, though necessary to avoid charlatanism, can sometimes close our minds to possibilities still beyond current scientific understanding. Overcoming these internal barriers requires courage and self-knowledge. We must learn to silence the constant noise of doubts and worries to hear the subtle voice of intuition and inner wisdom. Regular meditation practice and the development of self-compassion are valuable tools in this process. They allow us to explore our beliefs and emotions with an open mind, creating space for new ideas and experiences to flourish. So, what do we do with these new discoveries? The answer lies in an invitation to the continuous practice of reflection. This book is not an end but a beginning. A call for you, the reader, to continue exploring, questioning, and reflecting on the nature of the mind and the universe. The practice of continuous reflection is a journey without end, an eternal cycle of discovery and growth. Keeping reflection alive in our daily lives can be challenging, but it is also a rich and rewarding adventure. Daily meditation, however brief, helps us maintain a clear and present mind. Writing about our experiences and insights in a journal can provide us with a deeper understanding of our thoughts and emotions. Engaging in meaningful conversations with others can open new pathways of thought and expose us to different perspectives. By embracing the continuous practice of reflection, we realize that the quest for meaning is a dance between the known and the unknown, certainty and doubt. Every answer we find opens new questions, and every insight revealed brings new mysteries. This is the core of the human experience, an eternal cycle of discovery and transformation. And this continuous practice is not just personal but also collective. We live in a web of interconnections, where our reflections and actions have impacts that reverberate beyond ourselves. By deepening our understanding and expanding our consciousness, we contribute to a more aware and connected world. Therefore, as you conclude this reading, you are, in fact, just beginning. May this book serve as a starting point for continuous exploration. May every reflection, every meditation, every meaningful conversation lead you to a deeper understanding of yourself and the universe. And may you, as you follow this journey, discover not only answers but also the beauty and mystery of the questions that continue to guide our quest for meaning and connection. The adventure of the human mind and its relationship with the universe is unending, a constantly evolving narrative that invites each of us to be tireless explorers. At the end of this reading, the true journey begins, a perpetual exploration of our own consciousness, an eternal dance with the cosmos. May you embrace this adventure with courage and curiosity, always willing to discover new dimensions of yourself and the vast universe that surrounds us.